Rhetorical Criticism, John Bonavia. So this is a paper on Marxism, the Garden Party, and it was a short story. So, the text is about the literature of several decades ago with the Marxism that scrutinizes the politics of sophistication and how humans are shaped and their conduct is laid out by their social magnificence. So, in the story, you have Laura, who is burdened in her thoughts. Basically, she's around a lot of high people of high profiles and socialite areas. They have a lot of elegance and are aware of manners. She feels bad because, there's a lot of leftover food, and the thought and the idea that people portrayed in this moment of people that were less than were considered bad creatures, and it seemed like they were indoctrined to be able to help the less than would be helping less caliber of human beings because of the social status that they brought in, which would be intersectionally. It was a time period how people explain the various factors of the discrimination that can be met in an intersection and have an effect on a person's life. This was the example. She wanted to appear simple, it seems, but, she was from an elite class and it made her uncomfortable. So this was something that was brought to her attention. And with that, it talks about the socio-political conclusion that would be human beings have a freedom to pick their paths and they may be chargeable for their acts. That was quoted by Sartre in 1996. They can do freely something as they need to do so. So Laura attempts to interrupt the shackles of the magnificence, focus a few factors within inside of the story. Mansfield's critique of the elite magnificence, their superficial attitudes and concerns, and the objectionable remedy of the terrible apparent at some point of the story. So what was great is that, this was recognized. This was all based off of socioeconomic classes. It's a point that I think is very prominent today. A lot of people are based off of the brands that they wear, the cars that they drive. They are judged based off of they are respected based off of the class that they come from. I think they think that if you come from a higher class, you have more etiquette, more value to offer to other people, and you are more educated in the field of literature and sociology and psychology and things like that. So from my take of it, a lot of things haven't really changed as far as the outlook of how people judge people. It is an extremely materialistic world, and everybody's glorified with Instagram, showing off their jewelry, showing off their vehicles. Women that project, jet setting and things like that. The idea that anything would be changing soon is just not the way of the world. It's something that has just probably always been since the beginning of time, and we're just documenting this now. It's good to observe, and I like the idea that it's brought to our attention, but this is something that, we are indoctrined with our music. We're indoctrined with stores, we're indoctrined with just symbols, Nike symbols and Under Armour symbols. These are all things that are deemed to be worthy, but some of us can't afford it. But when you do wear those clothes, people seem to respect you better. If you in high school or elementary school, if I wasn't wearing name brand, people would make fun of you. So this was a great little story to read that shedded some light on what's still going on in today's world.